Okay, guys, the next principle I'm going to talk about this week with you guys is another thing that Mr. D'Amato said. He said that learning takes place best in a place of mild to moderate confusion, which is to say, if something's too simplistic for you, you get bored and you don't pay attention to it. You're not interested in it very much. If it's too complex or it's too beyond you, you become frustrated and you give up on it. So he was very good at introducing concepts that I felt were obtainable, but were just a little bit out of reach. He used to say it's kind of like teaching somebody tennis, and you're going to make the serve, or you're going to just slightly out of their reach, just beyond them. Not so much to discourage you, but to draw you into the passion of wanting to get it. You almost have it, but not quite. That is a really profound concept, and you can use that again, as all of these. You can use it in your life. So you want to find challenges in your life that keep you interested, but never be afraid to push it a little bit. As soon as you feel more comfortable with it, that's the time to move beyond it. That's the time to start reaching out a little bit. Always staying a little bit out of your comfort zone. What you don't want to do is do something to the point where you totally get frustrated and you get just basically you lose your passion for it. You feel defeated and you feel frustrated, and that's a surefire way to lose interest. Losing weight is a major issue for a lot of people. And they want to lose the weight. So what do? They get on the scale all the time. And what do they find? Well, not only didn't I lose, I gained a few pounds or whatever. And they get so frustrated. It seems so far beyond. It's not really the same thing as learning, but it's about having a goal. Don't put yourself in a position to be constantly disappointed. I don't know a single person who was ever good at a single thing who wasn't frustrated at some point. I was at a lecture when I was working on my doctorate in Yale, and there was a woman there who was introduced. We used to go to a thing called the Consilience Conference every year there, and they had a lady who played the 10-string guitar. Now, not a 12-string. 12-string is the same 6 strings repeated. This is a 10-string, so there was 4 additional bass notes. And they said the number of people that can do this, you could count on one hand and have like 4 fingers left over. So she was playing, and at the end, somebody asked her when she had made the decision to be a professional musician, and she said, well, I've quit so many times that I've had to make that decision over and over and over and over in my life. She kept coming back to it and coming back to it and coming back to it. That's a lot like what I'm talking about with this thing. Learning takes place best in a state of mild to moderate confusion. You're going to be disappointed or discouraged, and you're going to want to feel like quitting, but it shouldn't be to the place where you actually quit, where you give up. Keep pushing yourself. Keep reaching just a little bit beyond where you're at, and then come back, circle back, and the thing that was once very difficult will then become a lot easier. Now, one more thing I want to say about this. My personality has been I'm a type of guy who, once I saw the goal in sight, I devalued the goal. Because it's like Groucho Marx said, I'd never belong to a club that would have me as a member because it couldn't be worth anything if they were going to have me. That's how I've been most of my life. If I've achieved it, how good could it be? It can't be that good. Well, that's a very toxic way, and Jay used to tell me all the time, you can't think that way. Give yourself some credit. Allow yourself to celebrate your victories, and sometimes victories can be very small. The fact that you're making the effort in and of itself is good. Don't be so hard on yourself about that. And always try to get around people who challenge you. I've surrounded myself purposely for years with trying to find the best at everything I've been interested in. And that is one thing that'll keep you very humble, but the danger of it is it can make you feel very frustrated. But you want to be mildly to moderately frustrated, not so much so that you give up. And don't put yourself. Some guys only want to do things when they're the big fish in the small pond. They're always the best. Well, you're not growing if you're doing that. You're not learning really. So that's this principle for this week, guys. Learning takes place in a mild to moderate state of confusion. We'll see you next time.